Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone's having an awesome day. As we can see, the markets have opened. We're going to take a look at just where everything's at currently. And Dow Jones is up 129, S&P down 640, and Nasdaq down around 40 points. Russell 2000 is down 6 points. Headlines, nothing real huge yet. Other than if you guys have heard, Amazon's talking about putting the cost of the tariff. So whatever you're paying extra for the tariffs, kind of to nudge and push and to keep the tariff war going. Typical stuff, guys. You guys know my view on it. Put your view down below on the tariffs and stuff. I think I think this is just something to use to keep people bitching and moaning, like everything else they talk about on the news. Pretty much, that's what I'm looking at. Let me know what you think. What's up, Button Graham? Baron the Boss Lady, Adam, what's up, guys? So let's take a quick look at the charts, see what's going on. You guys know this is my view on what's coming, and just by looking at the charts, guys. This is what I still think's coming. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it in my mind, but of course, no one knows 100% for sure. But looking at this as a possible wave 1, 2, 3, this being 4, we could get as high as way up back to the about 41.8 range, just as long as we don't break this wave 1 for a wave 4 and come back down. But you guys know my area of resistance right now is around that 40,688 still. Let's see what happens today, but so far everything seems to be staying below our resistance. We can go ahead and move this on over here now. One thing I want to point out real quick, let's go over, this is the Dow Jones. Let's look at the monthly chart in the Dow Jones. Right, and we're going to take a look at this. So I pointed this out before, right? Every one of these tops, right, had a huge cross, and that the MACD threw the red dot on here, as you can see on every one of these, right? This one is not even close to finish, in my opinion, guys. I think we have a lot further to go. There's so much room here for more downside. Just be careful, be cautious. This is a huge bearish signal for me. I've talked about this in the past. Like I said, I pulled this up. We had this circled like, I think it was last month when this actually crossed back in May, right at the exact top. So just be careful there, guys. Let's go back into the smaller time frame. We're going to go back into the 4 hour, and then we're going to take a look at S&P, Nasdaq, and of course, Bitcoin, and see what's going on with all that. So as you can see, we're not quite there yet. We could come retest this area. As you can see, we've gotten wicks above it, but either way, this retracement right here measured the same as the first big retracement in the Great Depression. So keep that in mind. I've showed that on a lot of previous videos. Also today, as long as we can get 100 likes, we will be doing the $200 Prime XBT promo giveaway. So make sure you guys do smash the likes, leave your comments below, all that good stuff. And yeah, as you can see, S&P right now is getting ready to test the resistance again. Now, if we get up here above and can open and close a daily above, so that would have to be tomorrow. This is the daily chart. I would be looking for the golden pocket zone next, which is between 56.50 and 56.90. If that's able to break, you could go as high as this 58.6. But first of all, it has to get past this resistance right now. This is what I'm watching. We also have the 55 EMA right at 55.90. Taking a look at the Nasdaq, we got rejected at the 0.5 fib perfectly right here. We'll see what happens if we can get above. Our next step is the bottom of this rising channel that we broke down from, and also a retest of the 18,236. These are going to be huge areas to watch, guys. I think a very big move is coming in the market any day now. This week, we're probably going to see a pretty massive move in all the markets, right? We'll take a look at gold real quick. I have not looked at. There's Nvidia. So Nvidia right here, our resistance is, we're almost to our resistance, about 110, 111. I think we come back down to these levels. Gold obviously still having its pullback. Remember, we could still get back up to this 3,800 range. That's our fifth wave target, fifth wave of the fifth wave. As you can see, the green 5 waves, this would be an extended wave. Now this could be over here, but we're looking at possibly getting up to this range also, being the end of an extended fifth wave, right? That would put our fifth wave up here if we get up there, but right now we could be done right there. We'll see what happens. Bitcoin. So this is our 4-hour chart that we've been watching, right? This is our major resistance area, our golden pocket, right? That's between the 0.618 fib and the 0.65 on the fib retracement from the top to the bottom. So this is the area we're watching now, right? As you can see, we are getting support on the 4-hour. We're getting support on above the EMAs as of right now. So where are we at? 94.8. So we'll see what happens. We could pop above this. Let's put a trend line on here and see where we're looking to break, right? We're going to go off of these trend lines. So I talked about yesterday, this could be a invert or a head and shoulders here. I still think that's a good possibility right here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We said that before the right shoulder even formed the other day, but that would get our, that'd get our right shoulder right down to the trend line right about here on this high volume node, which is about 93.7. If it takes this long, obviously that's going to be tomorrow when we would break this. So keep an eye on that. We could break it today. I'm not saying it has to wait till tomorrow. I'm just saying this lines up with the lines up perfectly with the trend line. So let's see where that exact target would be if it breaks tomorrow, the 93,750. That would get us down to approximately 98 or 89.8, right in that range would be our target of our measured move. Now if we go earlier, let's say we do it today at some point, that would get us back down to our major, what was major resistance now could be major support. That will get us down to this level. And if you look, and you guys been around for a while, what does this look like? This looks like the Bart Simpson hairdo, right? And what happens after that? It erases everything prior. So just be careful of that, guys. I do believe that's a good possibility where we're at now. We talked about this yesterday. If we do break this trend line, we could get a wick up here, right? And still come down. If we do, I'm going to add more shorts up in this area. We're going to also, let's take a look at this 4-hour trend line, right? I want to zoom in right here so you can see we had 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches over here. But let's take a look at what happened. I'm kind of going to explain to you why I entered more shorts yesterday, because we got in here again and got rejected. But as you can see, we broke the trend line, but we got back above, way above. And then we broke the trend line, we got back above, but just barely. And this time the trend line seems to be holding tight right there. We'll see if that continues, but as of right now, this seems to be holding tight. And if that stays the resistance, then we got a lot of downside coming. We may see this come down and hit that 93.2, 93.7 area, and this come all the way down here, get a bounce back, retest, and not get quite as high, and then come down. So it might take a couple bounces to break this, but we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Also, let's go into my trade on Prime. So what I did, I closed the 2 shorts that were way lower down because it just, people didn't understand how this was looking, and I opened 2 more. So I'm 5 Bitcoin short right now. We're negative 200, but we're still up on this account, 49,300. We started the account with 7,000 about 7 weeks ago, $7,000. We took out 20 of the profit already. We're still up 49,000. I expect this to be much, much higher very, very soon, because I do think we are going to have a big drop soon. Another reason I think there's going to be a drop soon is you can see the funding rate is positive. That means the longs are paying the shorts. So be aware, when that happens, usually we'll see some massive downside. Well, I won't say that. I'll say the next big move will be to the downside as long as we're positive for the funding rate. So that's what I'm looking at. Bitcoin's approaching new all-time high in this run. I doubt it. Not saying it can't happen, but I doubt it. I honestly doubt it. There's a lot of signs showing that this bull run has ended. We got a weekly flip of RSI and stock on the monthly also turning up. Stock on the monthly is turning up, but stock on the weekly is turning down. So, yeah. This here looks, this is one bullish sign, I will say. We stayed above this trend line, right, that we had here so far. So far, this is remain or support. But right here also, this is all very bullish. The 8, the 13, and the 21 past the 55 EMA, and we are above it. But that red line, right, is our 8 EMA, and that's lining up with this support right here. If that breaks, what time is it? 9:56. So we got 4 minutes to look for the market reversal. Let's see if it happens. Let's look back at that. 178. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up if you are in here. If you're watching on your mobile, click out of the chat for a second, hit the thumbs up, and get right back in the chat, just to help the channel out and get you closer to that $200 Prime XBT promo code. Let's go over to the next one here. So yeah, if we can stay above here, yeah, this could be pretty bullish. Does that mean we go to new all-time highs? I mean, possibly. A lot of people are thinking we're going to see something like we've seen over here, which, you know, definitely is a possibility, right? We could get another high. We do have our bullish scenario. Let me see where it's at. Where is my bullish scenario? I have a bullish count here somewhere. I promise you I do. We had it for a very long time. Right here. That was showing it, and it hit our fourth wave area pretty good, right? Our fourth wave just couldn't break this third wave was the rule. So if we do, that's our high. But if you look at the stock RSI down here, it's getting ready to flip on the week, or no, this is the 3-day chart. I'm sorry. The 3-day chart, yes, it is getting ready to flip here. So just be careful. Doesn't mean it had, but what you're going to want to watch if this does flip on the stock 3-day, let's go over to the weekly. See where the weekly lies on the stock RSI. Oh, so the weekly has turned up. Let's go back over here and see what that, we did that over here too. But it can stay on the downside for an extremely long time. But here you can see it turned up right here. Just for this, what do you want to call it? Dead cat bounce right here. Back when it went to 48, I remember that so good. We may see the same type of thing here before coming back down. So just, I understand the people that are holding and don't trade just want to be super bullish and hope it goes up forever, but it does not have to. And I'm still leaning on the bearish side, even though I'm showing these bullish signs on the daily. This thing can flip so fast. And these are the areas where it's most likely to flip, right? And let me show you something on the daily here. So if you go from this high, right? That's a major high. If you go from that high to the next high on the RSI, you're getting a higher high here. And up here, from the same highs, you're getting a lower high, right? So this could still, excuse me, get up to that 103 somewhere level. And I'll show you why that could be. Right, so if we put our Fibonacci retracement here to here, the same one we were looking at on the 4-hour, right here's our golden pocket resistance, but the 0.78, right, is about 101.8, somewhere in that area. It could get up there before turning around, which would still make this a higher high on the RSI, right? I'm showing you the bigger moves. I could care less about the smaller moves right now. But either way, that could come down here and still be a lower high. But as of right now we're still making hidden bearish divergence. So be aware this could turn around fast, and turn around hard here. That's usually a pretty good sign. But we also have bullish signs on the daily right here that I'm showing you. So it's gonna be interesting, to say the least, what happens here. I'm betting on the downside. Even if we wick up past this, I'm still holding out that we're at least going to come back down to this 91, maybe 88 range before continuing up if it is bullish, right? That would be the most healthy, to come back down and retest these areas. But again, we'll see what happens there. If so, it could end up being something like that. Otherwise, we've already topped. And if we've already topped, this is my already topped view, right? We've touched the top of this all the way up here, right? We had a little wick above right here on 3, but this looks like wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to me. Very good possibility. Something to be aware of. Not doom and gloom, just markets, man. It's just how markets act. And here's another one where we were watching. We were thinking this would flip right down past the parabola, which it didn't, which we could still, because remember, everything doesn't play out candle for candle, but this is still an area to watch because we're making pretty much the same. We're doing pretty much the same thing we did down here, right? We had this big rally up, which was our 48K, just like where I think we could be right here, right? But before that, you made hidden bullish divergence on these two, right? So hidden bullish divergence, you got a little push up right here. That was all you got right here. Or I'm sorry, hidden bearish divergence. Is it? No, hidden bullish divergence. So you got a lower low in the RSI here, a higher low here, higher low here, lower low here. So this is seeming to be playing out almost identically. Let me see something real quick. I want to see if this trend line, no, it doesn't. It doesn't get back and hit that. Just curious. But be careful, because right here you can see the 48K was a bounce, just like this bounce right here. Just be careful. Let's take a look at, so this was the daily chart, looking at the daily range, which we broke out of the daily range, and we're back in the daily range as of right now. We could also put another, could be right up in here, right where, right about there, right? I'm going to make this smaller just because that's not as important if you ask me. So what do you guys think of the tariffs? When would you begin considering longs? Honestly, this high, I won't. Other than, you know, if a 15-minute chart, hour chart. But other than that, I'm strictly looking for shorts here and big plays, swing trades, right? I just think the downside is going to be much more rewarding here very soon. So now if we look at this and do our measured move, which I had this drawn out here for a while, that gets us back up to this range, which would show going to retest the highs again, possibly. We'll have to see what happens there. This was drift. I think somebody just said they're back in drift. If Trump settles tariffs, we hit a higher high. If not, it's over. I don't think it's up to Trump to settle anything. I think it's already a done deal one way or the other. They're just playing games, right? Fed not cutting next week is my guess for the trigger crash. It's possible. You should not be glad. Michael Saylor always buys the top. He will be underwater more time. What's up, D-Man? What's up, Denny? Are you accepting some hardworking Canucks, maybe looking to relocate, asking for a friend? Where are you from, Denny? Are you from Canada? You guys had your vote yesterday, and it sounds like you might not be happy with it. Nick, I don't usually look at total market cap, but I'll look at it with you. Give me the total market cap ticker. M said, crypto system prints so hard, old fiat system can't handle those profits. I don't know, the old fiat system seems to be handling the profits pretty damn good. 92 viewers, 45 likes. Come on, guys, hit the likes. Let's get somebody in here, be the lucky winner of the $200 Prime XBT promo code. Don't even have to put any money in. You don't even have to make a deposit. You just put the promo code in. It puts $200 in. You trade it as you wish. You can't withdraw the 200, but you can withdraw your winnings. You can sign up using the link down below, PrimeXBT. There's also a little tutorial video there with it. Same thing with BITUNIX. If you prefer no VPN, no KYC, check out BITUNIX. There's also a video with that one. Use them links for bonuses. Jason said, I really think this debt cycle reset has a lot to do with what's about to happen. I think it could really fuel this crash. Your thoughts? Thanks for everything. The debt cycle? Yeah. The debt bubble. That's what I've been talking about. I believe we're just in a huge debt bubble, and it's going to pop. They're done kicking the can down the road. There's nothing they can do about it, as far as I'm concerned. And if they do try to do something about it, all it's going to do is inflate. So yes, the markets will go up, but nothing will be worth more. The dollar will just be worth less. Everything will get inflated to hell. Nobody's going to be able to pay their mortgages, rent, nothing. Everything will, that, you know, if that happens, who cares about the markets? Because it ain't going to mean shit. It's just going to be brutal. Have you ever looked at the M2 money supply? I've used it in the past as Confluence, and it is a point, and it is pointing up right now. No, I don't really pay attention to the money supply so much because it can turn on a dime. I mean, if you look at the chart, it turns on a dime a lot, where people were least expecting it most of the time. You can see Bitcoin follows a total. If we see bearish sign on total, and 2, we might get if Bitcoin will crash or not. Let's see. Let's go to our poop coin. Is there any stocks anybody's looking at or wants to get into or is curious about the chart? Or crypto? I mean, all crypto charts look the freaking same. Altcoins all look like altcoin charts. Bitcoin, they're all the same. There's nothing... There's no gives right now in direction, but go to total market cap or BTC dominance. Total 2, you said? Total 2. Let's see. Total 2 looks bearish. Lower high, much higher high, hidden bearish divergence. Looking for not necessarily a new low here, but a drop in the RSI and see what happens. So the market cap definitely looks like it's about to turn over here. I mean, you could even go as far as this high here, right? Show bearish hidden bearish divergence. But that doesn't mean it has to be a new low here, right? So it could turn down. The price could, or I'm sorry, the candles could go, you know, at 50% while the RSI goes 100, right? Makes a new low and maybe get some bullish divergence. But as of right now, it is showing hidden divergence across this board, hidden bearish divergence. And hidden bearish in a downtrend is strong, very strong. I bought CMG stock back in 2020. CMG, let's check it out. CMG. Oh, Chipotle. 2020. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. 2020. Nice. What, 14, 15? Under 20 bucks anyway, right? It's at 50. Jason, DAX Gold monthly chart. Didn't you have me look at that yesterday? I'm pretty sure. Find it? Oh yeah, we did. Oh, I forgot which one we looked at it on. That's Barrett Gold. 50 likes, 88 watching, 51 likes, 89 watching. Make sure you hit the likes, guys. So I have to get something else set up over here real fast. Let's see. Let me check something real quick, guys. Let me know, like I said, if you want to check out anything else. Natural gas, Chris said, okay, we'll check that out here. Give me a second. Trying to get this crap set up here. Bear with me 1 second. No pun intended. Trying to find something here. I can find it. Okay. Found it. Here. Excuse me. Trying to decide what to do today. To take a break from the outside stuff, or do I go get my boat from the marina getting fixed and take it to the dock to put it in the water and for the year, or do I go golfing, or what? Help me out. What should I do today? Or paint the basement, because it looks like it might get some rain today. I'm not sure yet. Put the boat in the water, Chris said. All right, let's take a look at, Chris wanted to look at paint the basement. I need to finish painting that damn basement. Painting the ceiling sucks so bad, though. When in doubt, smoke weed. What's up, Florida attorney? How you doing, brother? Let's do, what did he ask for? Natural gas. Natural gas getting a little jump today. Showing some, guess that'd be exaggerated bullish divergence. It's looking pretty bullish, honestly. But, thinking I might, trying to figure out what to do here with Bitcoin. I might throw in a small short here on the 15-minute chart. I'm kind of waiting for a crossover here. See what happens. BNB. I haven't pulled up BNB in a long time. Let me pull up BNB. BNB. Where are we at? So anyway, natural gas. Let's look at this first. It actually looks pretty bullish, but would not surprise me to come down for one more tap here. This is a daily chart, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit real quick. No real divergence. Nope, no real divergence here. So looks like it could possibly go down a little bit more before going back up, unless it can break this. If we break this high, let's say you break this 340 zone, then it's probably going to shoot up from here. And not a huge move, but let's take a look at what it might do. So if it pops up past there, I'd be looking for approximately $430, but probably a rollback over from there. Line these up a little bit better. Two-and-a-half week time. What is that? It might has top BNB. Oh, BNB. Yeah, that's right. Let me look at BNB. Should I look at it in Tether? I don't know why it's not. Huh, I don't have. Well, let's take a good look at BNB. BNB is definitely showing some bearish divergence here. I see what you're saying on another push up possible. And if you look at it, this looks a lot like Bitcoin right now. So BNB depends wholeheartedly on Bitcoin. Period. The end. No doubt about it. It doesn't mean if Bitcoin gets new all-time highs, it's gonna, as you can see, it didn't back here, right? It just double topped. But if Bitcoin goes down, BNB goes down, period, the end. But this is what I'm seeing as of right now. Let me see something. Let me clone this bottom. Nope. See, I like to use wicks, and if the wicks ain't lining up, it's not lining up for me. I mean, I guess you could. Yeah, the wicks aren't lining up evenly, but I guess you could look at it this way. So here's the high that you're talking about, a couple weeks maybe, that it would get up, make a new all-time high. If Bitcoin does, then that's probably what it would do. But I would see it getting up to this range. But either way, once that's over with, we go from here to here. So if this broke here, it'd be going down to about $200 if it breaks this bottom trend line first. If it can break up past this trend line and head back towards a new all-time high, then that's what you're looking for. Otherwise, depending on when this breaks, right, you're going to get somewhere between $200 and $300 down here, possibly much lower. If we go into the bear market, like I believe with traditional stock markets and everything else, we're going to see a lot lower lows in crypto than anybody could ever imagine. If we get something like this, it's going to get ugly. When people say that times are different, and you can look at that a million different ways. Times different, as in I can pick up my phone, buy, sell stocks right now, right? Like instantly. So when something like this happens, it could be even more drastic because people have such quick access, right? They don't have to call their broker, or back then they had to go to the stock market and they're taking mail orders and things like that, so it was very slow and it still crashed fairly quickly. Now today it can happen much quicker, and then you have the algorithms, right? So once certain levels are hit, the people that use algorithms to trade, once some levels hit, the algorithms just start, or bots or whatever they're using, but algorithm will tell them to sell, and they're dumping, or vice versa, tell them to buy once they break new levels. And I think it's done breaking them levels to the upside, but I could be wrong. We're gonna keep a super close eye on it. We got 96 viewers, 62 likes. Guys, come on, hit that like button. It's not that hard. If you're watching on the TV, click the bottom right where it says more, and then an option comes up to hit the like button. We get 100 likes, and then you get your $200 promo code and one lucky winner. So what do we got here? Dow Jones, 4 hours, getting a little rejected. Did it have it? Looks like maybe. Let me see something. Yeah, it looks like maybe we had the 10 o'clock reversal today. Let's put it on the 10-minute chart. Yeah, looks like it might have hit that 10 o'clock reversal right here. We'll see. It's got to break down past this 8 EMA here and close below 40,318 points. Someone exploited that bot to crash the stock. Some guy from the basement. BNB. CZ probably will sell all his shares at some point. when everything starts collapsing. Adam said I'm painting the inside walls as well. I'd go get the boat in. Yeah, I'm doing the actual. I'm blacking out my basement, right, with the dry fall paint, and I got to paint a sprayer. But you got to paint the rafters at every single angle with all the all the electric down there, all the plumbing, all everything gets painted black, and it's a pain in the ass. I think I've got to go through. I've got 6 5-gallon buckets, and I've only done 2 so far, just because it's so monotonous and annoying and messy and just blah. So I got 2,500 square foot of ceiling to do in the basement, so it's taken some time, and we have stuff down there, so I have to move it to one side, cover it, spray, clean that area, move it back over. Crypto Savvy, do you have your Discord notifications on? I swear I hear the dings and I'm getting nothing on my Discord. It's tripping me out. Yeah, my notifications are on. That's probably what you hear. Sorry about that. It's funny. The infamous stock market flash crash, CNBC. All right, let's see where we at here. So it does look like we flipped bearish, or flipping bearish on the White House is slamming Amazon over tariff cost report, hostile and political act. Again, keep people arguing, right? It's all we see in this stuff. It's kind of hard to do what I do because I hate watching the news because I don't believe any of it, right? But yet people want to hear about it, so it kind of pulls me both directions. Like, I don't even want to hear the stuff because it's so negative, and then even though I don't believe it, it still gets you worked up. But yet people want to hear it, so it's a double-edged sword for me. But that's why I express my don't believe any of this crap. It's all just pure propaganda, man. I hate to say it. It's propaganda, just like we claim China does, right? America does it to us too. It's one big entity in charge of all this stuff that owns it. Pretty much BlackRock and Vanderbilt, whatever. If you look, when you had the 2020 crash, right, everything crashed. They are in the top 3 stockholders in almost every company, almost every single giant company. They are, and it all happened in 2020. If that wasn't a setup, I don't know what was. How often does the world shut down, right? Someone used a bot to crash the infamous stock market crash, May 6, 2010. I never heard that. I'll have to check into that, Nick. It's interesting. Yep, definitely 10 o'clock reversal here. There's no doubt about that. Let's see. As long as it don't break this high up here, let's go back into the 4-hour, and we're going to look at all our resistance levels on Dow Jones again, right here. It's actually a little bit lower. So there's our resistance for Dow, 40,677. Doesn't look like that's going to break anytime soon. Boom, we got rejected again at our S&P. S&P resistance, and still nothing here at the Nasdaq. But remember, there's a pretty decent chance the Nasdaq gets up and retests the bottom of this rising channel that it broke down from, right? There's a decent chance of that because it does line up with the 0.65, 0.618 golden pocket zone. But first, it will have to break this 17.5 range and hold above a daily open and close, and the 55 EMAs there. So S&P, same deal, 55 EMA. Let's put this on the daily. There we go. Yeah. So that's what we're looking at. Savvy, I saw everyone talking about SPX 200 MA or something, which held support for 10 years. The 200 moving average on what? The SPY on the daily or weekly? If it's for 10 years, actually, this is the 200 right here, I believe. Yep. Yeah, that's the white one right there. Weekly. Okay, let's check it out. But if we're in a 100-year cycle, that's where you'd want to watch it break on the weekly, right? And that is down. Nah, it broke back here in the 2020. It broke back here in 08, 09, broke back here in 01. So this was a year after the bubble, the dot-com bubble. It crashed here below. This was in June of 08, so halfway through the great financial crisis. And then, of course, the 2020 scam. And then broke a little bit right here in 22. Right now it lies about 4,700. I think we'll get below that by a good distance, in my opinion, especially if so. Those are regular recession style crashes, right? I'm looking for a depression style crash, which I think is long overdue, and I think it's gonna be bad for the people that aren't expecting it. But you and me, if it happens, I'm prepared for it, and I hope you are too, to make a lot of money off it, to be set financially for, you know, the rest of your life off of one market event. That doesn't mean one day, right? This could take years to bottom, if I'm correct. Yeah. 4-hour charts of Bitcoin ETH is so choppy. It is and it isn't. Bitcoin is pretty much, I mean, here's your 4-hour chart. It's not real choppy. It's how Bitcoin is. Choppy is this, right? If it keeps going, that's choppy. Everybody expects, you know, everything to happen in a day. But like I said, this 4-hour RSI right here broke above the trend line, like I said, pretty far above. And the next time broke a little bit above. This time couldn't break above. It's just getting rejected so far. But again, we'll see how it ends up. Let's see where we're at here. We're up still over 50,000 profit on this. We're down $700 on our current trades. We're currently 5 Bitcoin short. If we get up into that golden pocket zone, I'm going to add some more, man. Pretty confident here that this thing has got a lot further down to go. I think that in the big picture, I think this thing's topped. I really do. Really think Bitcoin has topped for probably a long time. And what's scary, you know, and that's why I'm not a holder, so it doesn't bother me, you know, what happens here. But the holders, the people that have been buying, you know, and buying, if it does get down to those levels, can you know how much money? Scary stuff. All right, guys, we almost hit the 100 likes, but not quite. It is 10:30. You guys try harder next time. Invite some friends. Do what you got to do. Curious why you use CFD over futures on Prime XBT. I'd like it a lot more. Just the setup for one, because I'm used to it, and that's all they had when I started using it. But I can use my profits to add to my position, right? So I understand they have cross leverage on the futures now, but they didn't used to have that, right? So I stick with it. I'm comfortable with it, and I like the CFD better. For one, I can switch over and trade in the stock market with my Bitcoin by using that too. That's one of the great things about Prime, and that's why I use CFD, because I can actually trade my Bitcoin against the stock market on that side of it. Not often. I don't do that often, but if I see something that I think is going to happen, I've been known to switch over and do some stuff on the stock market side with my crypto. Any update on real estate? Yes, kind of. So, if you've noticed how the real estate market is right now, so obviously interest rates are pretty high, so a lot of people don't want to sell. They could potentially get more for their home right now, but they would have to get a home with the same value. It's probably going to be higher interest rates than they're already at if they've been in their house 5 years or so, even 3 or 4 years, right? But if you'll notice, from 0 to like $350,000, $400,000 houses are staying on the market forever. The lower they are, the longer they're staying, meaning middle class and such aren't buying right now, right? But if you look at the housing side, $500,000 and up, those houses are selling like hotcakes still. So is it the people that are stock market rich, right? Paper rich, that think they're good to go and they're all right and they're buying that? And then if the markets do crash, then they are going to be ass out and getting fearful and have to sell their homes, and that creates more of a housing market crash and really devalues homes, because once you get them high valued homes staying on the market for a long time, then it's really going to start hurting home values. But yeah, I hope that answered your question, Adam, and I hope that answered your question, Farhad. Nikhil, CFD only disadvantages you can't get a liquidation level if your average margin is less than 10 liquid. Yeah, but you can figure it, right? So figure everything out to the nearest 10th or 100 or whatever. So that's why I trade in a whole Bitcoin when I'm doing CFD, because then your liquidation level's obvious because you know how much the Bitcoin is moving, right? But you could do it the same as a 10th of a Bitcoin, a 20th of a Bitcoin, half a Bitcoin. You measure it that way and get your own. I do sometimes, Zeus, but not right now. I have not been hedging at all. Not at all. Sega pumping hard. I'm holding from 22. Nice. Sega, the gaming? Is it the gaming stuff? Let's see. We gotten a little higher? So it looks like we're going to cross. I'm going to go ahead. This is a 15-minute, right? So yesterday we got stopped out of that trade and $100 up. So this account had 700 in it. Now we're up to 800. And I think, let me look at this RSI. This is on BITUNIX. I'm going to start using this for the smaller trades. Whoops, didn't mean to flip that. I think I'm going to enter. I might. Well, let's see what happens here. But in the 15-minute, it pretty much just looks like it's making a triangle here. But will it be a break to the up or a break to the downside? In this 15-minute. Let's see what happens here. Kind of look. Maybe I'll stay on for a little bit and maybe do a live trade here if it happens in a decent time. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do a short here. I'm just going to show you that this account is a play account, right? Not a whole lot of money in it, but I am going to do a short. Let's do 50% at 75x. I do not recommend high leverage, guys. Right there. So I entered the short. I'm going to put, here's what I'm going to do with my stop loss, right? I'm going to put it right above this trend line. It's going to be about, zoom in a little bit. So it tells you my liquidation level, just to show you guys how to do this real quick, is 96,954, right? And I'm going to do this pretty high risk. So this is bad risk management because I entered in the center of the triangle, but I'm just showing you guys how this is. And like I said, this is more of a play account, not a whole lot of money in it. Let's see. 95,329 would be above that. Actually, I'm going to straighten this out a little bit. It's lower than that. There we go. So I'm going to put my stop approximately 95,320. Confirm. And assuming this breaks down here, which I'm going to ride it till it goes down, and I might close it once that gets into profit down there, but we'll see. I'm actually, if I get into profit, I'm actually going to this over. I'm gonna move my stops into profit like I did yesterday in yesterday's trade. But so if it was to break here, my target would be approximately 92.2, and then of course that would break this bigger trend line. So it would probably come down here, do a retest, come back. But 92.2, I'm going to put my profit, take profit there at 92.2. So if you're watching yesterday's, that trade, I moved the stops into $100 profit, and it ended up getting stopped out later on, or actually earlier today, I think it got stopped. Do you watch cricket? I do not watch cricket. No golf, guys, really. 85, 86 likes. Man, you guys were so close. So close. Unfortunately, guys, I think I am going to call it and going to head out. And I appreciate you guys stopping in. You got so close to the 100 likes. I know you can hit it tomorrow. So make sure you got your notification bells on. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And if you're watching afterwards, leave your comments below. I do appreciate it. Have a good one. Take it easy, Adam. I'm out too. Have an awesome day, guys. Stay safe. Trade safe.